Angela Davis, a recent law school graduate, walked confidently into the grandiose lobby of Henderson and Blake, one of the most prestigious law firms in the city. The air was filled with a mixture of anticipation and anxiety as she clutched her carefully prepared resume and portfolio. Angela had spent weeks preparing for this moment, believing that her impeccable academic record and passionate drive would make her an ideal candidate. She was greeted by the firm's receptionist and soon escorted to a sleek, modern conference room where 3 senior partners awaited her. The interview began smoothly, with Angela articulating her experiences and aspirations. She answered their questions with precision and showcased her in-depth knowledge of law and justice. However, as the interview progressed, Angela noticed subtle changes in their demeanor. The partners' initially warm smiles turned into stiff, polite expressions, and their questions grew more perfunctory. After a polite handshake and a promise to get back to her soon, Angela left the office feeling a mix of hope and unease. Days turned into weeks, and despite her relentless optimism, she received no response. Eventually, a thin, impersonal letter arrived in her mailbox. It read, "We appreciate your interest in Henderson and Blake, but after careful consideration, we have decided to move forward with other candidates." Angela felt a wave of disappointment wash over her. She had dreamt of working at this firm, seeing it as a stepping stone to a successful career in law. Yet, beneath her frustration, a nagging question lingered. Did her race influence their decision? The rejection stung, but Angela was determined not to let it define her. She resolved to turn this setback into an opportunity to find her true calling in the legal world. In the days that followed, Angela struggled to shake off the rejection. The letter from Henderson and Blake weighed heavily on her mind, casting a shadow over her usually sunny disposition. She confided in her close friends and family, who all offered words of encouragement. They reminded her of her incredible potential and urged her not to give up on her dreams. Determined to move forward, Angela began applying to other law firms. Despite sending out numerous applications, she faced a series of rejections and unreturned calls. Each one felt like a blow, but she refused to let it break her spirit. She knew she was qualified and capable, and that somewhere there had to be a place where her talents would be recognized and valued. During this challenging period, Angela also took the time to reflect on her career goals. She began to question whether the traditional path of working at a prestigious law firm was truly the best fit for her. The more she thought about it, the more she realized that she wanted to make a meaningful impact in her community. She wanted to use her legal expertise to fight for justice and equality, particularly for those who were often overlooked and marginalized. Inspired by this newfound clarity, Angela decided to volunteer at a local legal aid clinic. The clinic provided free legal services to low-income individuals and families, many of whom faced significant legal challenges without the means to afford representation. From the moment she stepped through the doors of the clinic, Angela felt a sense of purpose and fulfillment that she hadn't experienced during her job search. At the clinic, Angela quickly proved herself to be an invaluable asset. She worked tirelessly, taking on cases that other attorneys found too challenging or time-consuming. Her dedication and compassion earned her the respect and admiration of her colleagues and clients alike. Angela found herself thriving in this environment, where she could see the direct impact of her work on people's lives. Despite the long hours and often heart-wrenching cases, Angela felt a renewed sense of hope and determination. She realized that her rejection from Henderson and Blake was a blessing in disguise. It had pushed her to find her true calling, and she was more determined than ever to succeed. Months passed, and Angela continued to excel at the legal aid clinic. Her reputation as a dedicated and skilled attorney began to spread throughout the community. She took on a variety of cases, from housing disputes to wrongful termination claims, and consistently fought for her clients with tenacity and empathy. One day, Angela was assigned a particularly challenging case that would prove to be a turning point in her career. An elderly woman named Mrs. Thompson came to the clinic seeking help. She was facing eviction from her home of over 30 years due to a predatory loan scheme. Mrs. Thompson had been tricked into signing documents that she didn't fully understand, and now she was on the verge of losing everything. Angela immediately took the case, determined to prevent the eviction and hold the responsible parties accountable. She spent countless hours researching the intricacies of the loan documents and uncovering the deceptive practices used by the loan company. The more she delved into the case, the more she realized the broader implications it had for others in the community who might be facing similar predatory tactics. Angela's passion and dedication caught the attention of her supervisor at the clinic, Mr. Ramirez, who was impressed by her relentless pursuit of justice. He offered his support and resources to help her build a strong case. Together, they gathered evidence, interviewed witnesses, and prepared for what would undoubtedly be a tough legal battle. As the court date approached, Angela felt a mix of anxiety and determination. She knew that Mrs. Thompson's case was not just about one person. It was about setting a precedent and protecting others from similar injustices. Angela poured her heart and soul into the preparation, driven by a deep sense of responsibility to her client and her community. When the day of the hearing arrived, the courtroom was filled with anticipation. Angela presented her case with clarity and conviction, meticulously outlining the deceptive practices used by the loan company. She called witnesses who testified to the predatory tactics and presented compelling evidence that left no doubt about the company's wrongdoing. The judge, clearly moved by Angela's presentation and the evidence she provided, ruled in favor of Mrs. Thompson. The eviction was halted, and the loan company was ordered to compensate Mrs. Thompson for the distress and financial hardship they had caused. It was a monumental victory, not just for Mrs. Thompson, but for the entire community. News of the case quickly spread, and Angela was hailed as a hero in the local media. Her victory brought attention to the broader issue of predatory lending and sparked conversations about the need for stronger consumer protections. Angela found herself at the center of a growing movement, using her platform to advocate for change and support others facing similar injustices. The turning point in Angela's career had come not from a prestigious law firm, but from her unwavering commitment to justice and her determination to make a difference. She realized that her true calling was not in the corridors of a corporate office, but in the heart of her community, fighting for those who needed it most. Following the landmark victory in Mrs. Thompson's case, Angela's reputation as a formidable advocate for justice grew rapidly. Her success brought more clients to the legal aid clinic, each with their own stories of hardship and unfair treatment. Angela and her colleagues worked tirelessly, their efforts buoyed by the community's newfound trust and support. Angela's dedication and impact did not go unnoticed. Local news outlets featured her in articles and interviews, highlighting her work and the difference she was making. She became a symbol of hope for many, especially for those who felt marginalized and powerless in the face of systemic injustices. One day, Angela received an invitation to speak at a community forum on legal rights and consumer protections. The event, organized by a coalition of community leaders and activists, aimed to educate residents about their rights and provide resources for those in need. Angela eagerly accepted, seeing it as an opportunity to reach more people and empower them with knowledge. At the forum, Angela spoke passionately about the importance of standing up against injustice and fighting for what is right. She shared her experiences, both as a victim of discrimination and as an advocate for others. Her words resonated deeply with the audience, many of whom had faced similar struggles. The forum was a resounding success, and Angela's message of resilience and empowerment inspired many to take action. Inspired by the overwhelming response, Angela decided to expand her efforts beyond the confines of the legal aid clinic. She collaborated with other advocates and community leaders to establish a non-profit organization dedicated to providing legal assistance, education, and advocacy for underserved communities. The organization, named Justice for All, aimed to address not only legal issues but also the underlying social and economic factors that contributed to inequality. Angela's vision for Justice for All included a holistic approach to community support. In addition to legal services, the organization offered financial literacy workshops, job training programs, and mental health resources. Angela believed that empowering individuals with knowledge and skills was crucial to breaking the cycle of poverty and injustice. The launch of Justice for All was met with overwhelming support from the community. Donations poured in, volunteers signed up to help, and local businesses offered their resources. The organization quickly grew, expanding its reach and impact. Angela and her team worked tirelessly, driven by a shared commitment to creating a more just and equitable society. As Justice for All gained momentum, Angela found herself balancing her roles as a lawyer, advocate, and leader. She faced numerous challenges, from securing funding to navigating the complexities of non-profit management. But through it all, she remained steadfast in her mission, fueled by the stories of those she helped and the knowledge that she was making a difference. Angela's journey from being denied a promotion to becoming a respected community leader was a testament to her resilience and determination. She had turned her experience of discrimination into a powerful force for change, transforming not only her own life but also the lives of countless others. Her story served as a powerful reminder that even in the face of adversity, one person's courage and determination can spark a movement and bring about lasting change. Angela's success and the rapid growth of Justice for All attracted the attention of both local and national media. News outlets featured stories on her transformative work, highlighting the organization's impact on individuals and communities. Angela's phone began to ring constantly with calls from journalists, supporters, and even potential clients seeking help. One afternoon, Angela received a call that would mark a significant turning point for her organization. It was from a well-known national civil rights group, the Justice Equality Foundation, which had been following her work with great interest. They invited Angela to attend a summit in Washington, D.C., where activists and leaders from across the country would discuss strategies for combating systemic racism and inequality. Angela felt a mix of excitement and nervousness as she prepared for the trip. She knew this was a chance to network with influential figures, learn from their experiences, and bring back valuable insights to her team. The summit was held in a grand hotel, with speakers ranging from seasoned activists to young emerging leaders. At the summit, Angela was inspired by the powerful speeches and panel discussions. She connected with other attendees, sharing stories and strategies for effecting change. One particular session, led by a renowned civil rights attorney, resonated deeply with her. The attorney spoke about the importance of grassroots organizing and building a broad coalition to create lasting impact. Energized by the summit, Angela returned home with a renewed sense of purpose. She convened a meeting with her team at Justice for All, eager to share what she had learned. They discussed the need to expand their outreach efforts and build stronger alliances with other organizations and community groups. Under Angela's leadership, Justice for All began organizing community forums and town hall meetings, bringing together residents, activists, and local officials to address pressing issues. They launched a series of workshops on civil rights, voter education, and community organizing, empowering individuals with the tools to advocate for themselves and their neighbors. Angela also reached out to other non-profit organizations, forming partnerships that expanded their collective reach and resources. Together, they developed comprehensive programs that addressed the root causes of inequality, from lack of access to education and healthcare to economic disparities. These collaborations allowed Justice for All to offer a wider range of services and support to those in need. As the movement grew, so did Angela's responsibilities. She found herself constantly on the go, attending meetings, speaking at events, and coordinating efforts with partners. Despite the challenges, Angela remained committed to her vision, driven by the knowledge that their work was making a tangible difference in people's lives. One of the most rewarding aspects of this expansion was witnessing the ripple effect of their efforts. Former clients, inspired by the support they had received, began to volunteer and get involved in advocacy work. They shared their stories, encouraging others to stand up against injustice and fight for their rights. Justice for All had become more than just an organization. It was a movement powered by the collective strength and resilience of the community. Angela's journey from being denied a promotion to leading a powerful movement was nothing short of remarkable. Her ability to transform personal adversity into a catalyst for change had inspired countless individuals to join her in the fight for justice and equality. Through her leadership, Angela demonstrated that with courage, determination, and a united community, it was possible to challenge systemic injustices and create a brighter, more equitable future for all. As Justice for All gained momentum, Angela faced a series of significant challenges. The organization's rapid growth brought with it increased scrutiny, not only from supporters and the media, but also from detractors and those who felt threatened by their mission. One evening, as Angela was wrapping up a long day at the office, she received an anonymous phone call. The voice on the other end was cold and menacing, warning her to stop her activities or face severe consequences. Shaken but resolute, Angela reported the threat to the authorities and informed her team. They took immediate measures to enhance security, both for the office and for Angela personally. Despite the precautions, the threats continued, now accompanied by vandalism. One morning, Angela arrived at the office to find graffiti scrawled across the front windows, spewing hateful messages and slurs. The incident was reported to the police, and the community rallied around Angela, organizing a cleanup effort and showing solidarity through supportive messages and donations. The increased pressure took a toll on Angela's health and well-being. She found herself working longer hours, often skipping meals and sacrificing sleep to keep up with the demands of leading Justice for All. Her close friends and family grew concerned, urging her to take care of herself and delegate more responsibilities to her team. Angela knew they were right, but she struggled to let go, feeling a deep personal responsibility for the organization's success and the people it served. One particularly challenging period came when Justice for All faced a financial crisis. The organization's operating costs had skyrocketed, and despite the support from the community and grants, they were struggling to make ends meet. Angela and her team worked tirelessly to secure additional funding, launching fundraising campaigns and reaching out to potential donors. The stress of the situation weighed heavily on everyone, but they remained committed to their mission, knowing that the services they provided were more critical than ever. Amid these challenges, Angela found strength in the resilience and dedication of her team. They stepped up to take on more responsibilities, offering innovative solutions and working together to keep the organization afloat. Volunteers, many of whom had been helped by Justice for All, also played a crucial role, dedicating their time and skills to support the organization's efforts. Throughout this period, Angela continued to advocate for the community, participating in public forums, speaking at rallies, and meeting with local officials. Her tireless work and unwavering commitment did not go unnoticed. Justice for All began to receive recognition and accolades from various civil rights organizations and community groups. This recognition not only boosted morale, but also brought in much-needed financial support and new partnerships. One pivotal moment came when Angela was invited to speak at a national civil rights conference. Her powerful speech, recounting her personal journey and the impact of justice for all, resonated deeply with the audience. Following the speech, several influential figures approached Angela, offering their support and resources to further her cause. As Justice for All weathered the storm, Angela learned valuable lessons about leadership and resilience. She realized the importance of self-care and the need to rely on her team. Delegating tasks and trusting her colleagues not only eased her burden, but also empowered others to take ownership and contribute more significantly to the organization's success. Angela's journey was far from over, but she had proven that even in the face of adversity, it was possible to persevere and effect change. The challenges she faced only strengthened her resolve and deepened her commitment to the cause. With the support of her community and her unwavering spirit, Angela was ready to tackle whatever obstacles lay ahead, continuing to fight for justice and equality for all. The financial crisis at Justice for All reached a critical point. Despite their best efforts, the organization was on the brink of shutting down. Angela knew they needed a game-changing solution to keep their mission alive. Determined to find a way, she brainstormed with her team, exploring every possible avenue to secure the necessary funding and resources. One evening, while going through old files and brainstorming ideas, Angela stumbled upon a potential opportunity. A prestigious grant offered by a national foundation dedicated to supporting grassroots organizations fighting for social justice. The grant, worth a substantial amount, could provide the financial stability Justice for All desperately needed. However, the competition was fierce, and the application process was rigorous. Undeterred, Angela and her team dedicated themselves to crafting the best possible proposal. They worked late into the night, meticulously detailing the impact of Justice for All's work, their vision for the future, and the transformative potential of the grant. Angela poured her heart into a compelling narrative, highlighting the personal stories of those the organization had helped and the community's unwavering support. In addition to the grant application, Angela reached out to her network, rallying influential supporters and community leaders to write letters of recommendation. She knew that showcasing a broad base of support and demonstrating the community's reliance on Justice for All would strengthen their application. As the deadline approached, Angela and her team submitted the proposal, exhausted but hopeful. The waiting period was agonizing, filled with uncertainty and anxiety. During this time, Angela continued to push forward, seeking smaller donations, organizing fundraisers, and speaking at local events to keep the organization's momentum going. Weeks later, a letter arrived from the foundation. Angela's hands trembled as she opened it, her heart pounding with anticipation. As she read the words, tears of relief and joy filled her eyes. Justice for All had been awarded the grant. The financial lifeline they desperately needed had come through. The news spread quickly, revitalizing the spirits of the team and the community. The grant not only provided immediate financial relief, but also opened doors to new opportunities and partnerships. With renewed energy and resources, Justice for All was able to expand its programs, offering more comprehensive support to those in need. Angela's leadership and perseverance during the crisis had proven instrumental in securing the future of Justice for All. Her ability to rally her team, leverage her network, and remain steadfast in the face of adversity demonstrated the power of determination and collective effort. With the grant funds, Justice for All launched several new initiatives, including legal aid services, educational workshops, and community outreach programs. These initiatives not only helped individuals and families directly, but also empowered the community to advocate for systemic change. Angela's story and the success of Justice for All began to attract national attention. Media outlets featured their work, highlighting the organization's impact and Angela's inspiring journey. Invitations to speak at conferences and participate in panel discussions poured in, providing Angela with a platform to share her vision and inspire others. The turning point marked by the Grant Award was more than just a financial victory. It was a testament to the resilience and strength of the community. It reinforced the belief that together, they could overcome even the most daunting challenges and continue to fight for justice and equality. As Justice for All moved forward, Angela remained committed to her core values, ensuring that the organization stayed true to its mission. She continued to mentor her team, fostering a culture of empathy, dedication, and collaboration. The journey was far from over, but with the newfound stability and support, Angela was more determined than ever to create lasting change and build a brighter future for everyone. With the grant secure, Angela knew the next step was to build on this momentum by publicly showcasing Justice for All's achievements and future plans. She organized a large community event to celebrate the Grant Award and to rally even more support for the organization's mission. The event, titled Hope and Justice Gala, was set to take place at a local community center. Angela and her team worked tirelessly to prepare for the gala. They invited local dignitaries, influential community members, media representatives, and, most importantly, the people who had benefited from Justice for All services. The goal was to create a night that highlighted the organization's impact and vision, while fostering a sense of unity and shared purpose. The evening of the gala arrived, and the community center was transformed with decorations and displays that told the stories of those Justice for All had helped. As guests arrived, they were greeted by a warm and welcoming atmosphere, filled with music, laughter, and a palpable sense of hope. Angela took the stage, her heart swelling with pride as she looked out at the packed hall. She began her speech by sharing her personal journey, recounting the struggles she had faced and the discrimination she had overcome. Her voice trembled with emotion as she described the moment she was denied the promotion and how it had sparked her determination to create Justice for All. She spoke passionately about the work the organization had done, highlighting specific cases where their intervention had made a life-changing difference. She told the story of a single mother who had been unjustly evicted, but with the help of Justice for All, had not only regained her home but also found stable employment. She recounted how a young man, wrongfully accused, had been exonerated through their legal aid services and was now thriving in college. As Angela spoke, the audience was visibly moved. Many wiped away tears, while others nodded in agreement, feeling a renewed sense of commitment to the cause. She emphasized that the fight for justice and equality was far from over, and that continued support and collective action were crucial. Angela then unveiled the organization's new initiatives funded by the grant. She introduced plans for expanding their legal aid services, launching educational programs for at-risk youth, and creating partnerships with local businesses to provide job training and employment opportunities. Each announcement was met with enthusiastic applause. The highlight of the evening was a surprise presentation. Several community members whom Justice for All had helped took the stage to share their personal stories of struggle and triumph. Their heartfelt testimonies resonated deeply with the audience, illustrating the real and lasting impact of the organization's work. The gala concluded with a standing ovation for Angela and her team. As people mingled and enjoyed the rest of the evening, many approached Angela to express their gratitude and admiration. Local business leaders offered partnerships, media representatives requested interviews, and community members pledged their continued support. Angela's public triumph at the gala not only solidified Justice for All's position as a vital community organization, but also significantly raised her profile as a leader and advocate for justice. Her ability to connect with people, to inspire them with her story and vision, and to galvanize support for meaningful change was now recognized far and wide. The event's success led to increased media coverage, further boosting the organization's visibility and drawing attention to the issues they were addressing. Angela was invited to speak at various forums, sharing her insights and experiences, and advocating for broader systemic changes. Through it all, Angela remained grounded and focused on her mission. She knew that the work of Justice for All was just beginning, and that the real victory would be measured in the lives transformed and the injustices corrected. The gala was a celebration, but it was also a call to action, reminding everyone that together, they could create a more just and equitable society. News of Angela's public triumph at the Hope and Justice Gala quickly spread beyond the local community. It wasn't long before the story reached the corporate headquarters of the company that had denied Angela the job. The CEO, board members, and senior executives found themselves reading about Angela's achievements and the growing influence of Justice for All in various news articles and social media posts. Initially, there was a mix of disbelief and indifference among the company's leadership. Some viewed the reports as exaggerated, unable to believe that someone they had dismissed could have achieved so much in such a short time. Others simply didn't care, seeing no relevance to their corporate interests. However, as more detailed articles and televised interviews with Angela started to surface, a shift in perception began. The CEO, Mr. Thompson, was particularly struck by an in-depth feature story on Angela. The article not only highlighted her accomplishments, but also detailed the very reasons she had been overlooked for the promotion: her race and gender. It painted a stark picture of the discrimination she had faced within the company, juxtaposed with her subsequent success and the positive impact she was making in the community. Feeling a mix of guilt and concern for the company's public image, Mr. Thompson called an emergency meeting with the board and senior management. The atmosphere in the boardroom was tense as they discussed the potential repercussions of Angela's story gaining widespread attention. "This is not just about Angela's personal success," Mr. Thompson began, his tone serious. "It's about the narrative that's forming around our company. We're being seen as a place where discrimination is tolerated and talent is ignored. This could severely damage our reputation and affect our business." Board members and executives exchanged uneasy glances. They knew the CEO was right. In today's socially conscious climate, stories of discrimination and injustice could lead to public backlash, loss of clients, and even legal troubles. "We need to address this head-on," suggested Ms. Martinez, the head of Human Resources. "Ignoring it will only make things worse. We need to acknowledge our mistakes and show that we're committed to change." After much deliberation, the company decided to take a multifaceted approach. They would issue a public statement acknowledging Angela's accomplishments and the company's past mistakes. They would also reach out to Angela personally to offer an apology and explore potential avenues for collaboration. Moreover, the company committed to a comprehensive internal review of their policies and practices related to diversity, equity, and inclusion. They hired an external consultancy to conduct a thorough audit and provide recommendations for improvement. The board also approved the creation of a new position, Chief Diversity Officer, tasked with ensuring that the company's commitment to equality was reflected in every aspect of its operations. The public statement was drafted with great care, emphasizing the company's regret for any past discrimination and its admiration for Angela's achievements. It concluded with a promise to make meaningful changes to foster a more inclusive and equitable workplace. When the statement was released, it garnered a mixed reaction. Some people applauded the company's willingness to acknowledge its faults and take steps towards improvement. Others remained skeptical, viewing it as a superficial attempt to manage the company's image. Nevertheless, it marked the beginning of a significant transformation within the company. Meanwhile, Angela received a personal letter from Mr. Thompson. In it, he expressed his sincere apologies for the way she had been treated and his admiration for her resilience and accomplishments. He invited her to meet with him to discuss how they might work together to promote diversity and equity both within the company and in the broader community. Angela was initially hesitant. She remembered the hurt and frustration she had felt when the company had denied her the promotion. However, she also saw an opportunity to make a difference. After discussing it with her team and considering the potential benefits, she decided to accept the invitation. The meeting between Angela and Mr. Thompson was a pivotal moment. They spoke candidly about Angela's experiences and the changes needed within the company. Angela shared her vision for a more inclusive workplace and outlined ways the company could support Justice for All's mission. By the end of the meeting, both Angela and Mr. Thompson felt hopeful. They agreed to collaborate on several initiatives, including mentorship programs for underrepresented employees and community outreach projects. It was clear that this was just the beginning of a long journey towards genuine change, but it was a step in the right direction. The collaborative efforts between Angela and the company began to take shape. Angela's insight and expertise became invaluable in guiding the company's transformation. With her experience and passion for justice, she helped implement several key initiatives aimed at fostering diversity, equity, and inclusion. One of the first projects was a comprehensive mentorship program. Angela and Mr. Thompson worked together to design a system where seasoned professionals would mentor younger employees from underrepresented backgrounds. This program aimed to provide guidance, support, and networking opportunities, ensuring that all employees had equal chances to grow and succeed within the company. Angela also played a crucial role in developing new recruitment strategies. She emphasized the importance of reaching out to diverse talent pools and creating an inclusive hiring process. The company began to partner with various organizations, including historically black colleges and universities, HBCUs, and minority-focused professional groups, to attract a wider range of candidates. In addition to recruitment, Angela focused on retention and career development. She helped establish employee resource groups, ERGs, that provided safe spaces for underrepresented employees to connect, share experiences, and advocate for their needs. These groups quickly became instrumental in fostering a sense of community and belonging within the company. Training and education were also critical components of the transformation. Angela advocated for mandatory diversity and inclusion training for all employees, from entry-level staff to senior executives. These sessions were designed to raise awareness about unconscious bias, microaggressions, and the importance of allyship. The training helped create a more empathetic and understanding workplace culture. The company also implemented transparent promotion practices, ensuring that all employees had equal opportunities for advancement. Performance reviews were standardized, and managers received training on how to evaluate employees fairly and without bias. This move was particularly meaningful for Angela, as it directly addressed the issue that had initially spurred her journey. Angela's involvement went beyond internal policies. She and Mr. Thompson launched a series of community outreach programs, partnering with local organizations to support educational and economic opportunities for underrepresented groups. These initiatives ranged from scholarship funds for disadvantaged students to entrepreneurship workshops for aspiring business owners. As these changes began to take root, the company saw a noticeable shift in its culture. employees felt more valued and supported, and there was a palpable sense of progress and optimism. Angela's influence was evident in every corner of the company, and her work garnered widespread admiration and respect. Her efforts also caught the attention of the media. Journalists wrote about the remarkable transformation of the company, often highlighting Angela's pivotal role. She was invited to speak at conferences and events, sharing her story and the steps taken to foster a more inclusive workplace. Her speeches were powerful and inspiring, resonating with audiences who were eager to learn from her experiences. Angela's collaboration with the company not only led to significant improvements within the organization, but also set a precedent for other businesses. Her success demonstrated that with the right leadership and commitment, meaningful change was possible. Companies across various industries began to seek her advice, eager to replicate the positive impact she had achieved. Through it all, Angela remained grounded and focused on her mission. She continued to lead justice for all, balancing her work with the company and her dedication to the foundation. Her dual roles allowed her to bridge the gap between corporate America and the communities she served, creating a ripple effect of positive change. Angela's journey from a denied promotion to becoming a transformative force within a major corporation was a testament to her resilience, determination, and unwavering commitment to justice. Her story inspired countless individuals to believe in their own potential and to fight for a more equitable future. As the initiatives Angela championed within the company began to show tangible results, her efforts did not go unnoticed. Both within the organization and in the broader business community, Angela's work was recognized and celebrated. The company saw a marked improvement in employee satisfaction and retention rates. The diverse and inclusive culture that Angela helped to foster led to increased innovation, collaboration, and overall performance. The company's reputation transformed, becoming a model for others in the industry. In recognition of her contributions, the company's board of directors decided to honor Angela with a prestigious award. At a grand ceremony attended by employees, industry leaders, and media representatives, Angela was presented with the Leadership in Diversity and Inclusion Award. Mr. Thompson gave a heartfelt speech, praising Angela for her vision, leadership, and unwavering dedication to creating a fair and inclusive workplace. "Angela," he said, standing on the stage beside her, "you have not only transformed our company, but you have also set a new standard for what true leadership looks like. Your commitment to justice and equality has inspired us all, and we are profoundly grateful for your contributions." The applause that followed was thunderous, with many employees standing in ovation. Angela, deeply moved, thanked Mr. Thompson and the entire team. She spoke passionately about the importance of continuing the journey towards inclusivity and urged everyone to keep pushing for change, both within the company and in their personal lives. Outside the company, Angela's work garnered even more recognition. She received invitations to speak at national and international conferences on diversity and inclusion. Her speeches, marked by her eloquence and personal experience, captivated audiences and sparked important conversations about systemic change in the corporate world. One of the most significant recognitions came from a leading business magazine, which named Angela one of the top 50 most influential women in business. The magazine praised her for breaking barriers and driving meaningful change within a traditionally conservative industry. The feature article highlighted her journey, her achievements, and her vision for the future of corporate diversity and inclusion. Angela was also honored with the Humanitarian of the Year award from a prominent civil rights organization. This award recognized her dual contributions to the business world and the community through her foundation, Justice for All. The ceremony, held in a grand hall with prominent figures from various fields, celebrated Angela's tireless work in advocating for the marginalized and fighting for systemic change. During her acceptance speech, Angela reflected on her journey. "When I was denied that promotion," she began, her voice filled with emotion, "I felt a deep sense of injustice. But I also felt a spark of determination. I knew that I had to fight, not just for myself, but for everyone who has ever been told they are less than because of the color of their skin, their gender, or their background. This award is not just for me. It's for all of us who dare to dream of a better, more just world." The audience erupted in applause, moved by Angela's heartfelt words. Her story resonated deeply with many, inspiring them to pursue their own battles against injustice and inequality. Angela's accolades extended beyond individual awards. Justice for All, the foundation she founded, received several grants and donations, allowing it to expand its reach and impact. With these resources, the foundation launched new programs, providing scholarships, mentorship, and legal support to those in need. The foundation's success was a testament to Angela's leadership and the tireless efforts of her dedicated team. The recognition and awards Angela received were a powerful validation of her work. They underscored the impact of her efforts and highlighted the importance of diversity and inclusion in the corporate world. But for Angela, the true reward was seeing the changes she had helped to bring about, the lives transformed, the opportunities created, and the barriers broken. Through it all, Angela remained humble and focused. She continued to work tirelessly, driven by a deep sense of purpose and a commitment to justice. Her journey was far from over, but the recognition she received was a powerful reminder of the progress she had made and the impact she had achieved. With her recognition, Angela's influence continued to grow, both within the company and in the broader community. Her story became a symbol of resilience, determination, and the power of one person to drive systemic change. The changes she had implemented in the company became deeply ingrained in its culture, ensuring that her legacy would endure. The company flourished under its new ethos. Innovation soared as employees from diverse backgrounds felt valued and empowered to contribute their unique perspectives. The inclusive culture attracted top talent, making the company a desirable place to work. Client relationships strengthened as the company's commitment to diversity resonated with its partners and customers. Angela, now a revered figure in the corporate world, continued to lead by example. She mentored young professionals, particularly those from underrepresented backgrounds, helping them navigate their careers and encouraging them to challenge the status quo. Her approach was personal and empathetic, reflecting her own experiences and the lessons she had learned along the way. Beyond her work at the company, Angela expanded her influence through her foundation, Justice for All. The foundation's initiatives grew, touching more lives and addressing a broader range of social justice issues. It became a beacon of hope and a powerful force for change in the community, providing resources and support to those who needed it most. Angela also took on a more prominent role in public advocacy. She spoke at major conferences, contributed to influential publications, and participated in policy discussions, always advocating for equity, justice, and inclusion. Her voice became a powerful tool for change, inspiring others to take action and pushing for reforms at the highest levels. The impact of Angela's work was felt not just in the present, but also in the future. She worked with educational institutions to develop programs that promoted diversity and inclusion from a young age, ensuring that the next generation would be more aware and more committed to these values. Scholarships and internships funded by her foundation provided opportunities for young people from disadvantaged backgrounds, opening doors that had long been closed to them. As Angela looked back on her journey, she felt a deep sense of fulfillment. She had turned a moment of injustice into a lifetime of impact. The company that had once denied her a promotion had been transformed, and her work had sparked changes that extended far beyond its walls. She had built a legacy that would continue to inspire and empower others long after she was gone. Angela's story became a testament to the power of perseverance and the importance of standing up for what is right. It showed that true change starts with individuals who are willing to challenge the system and fight for a better future. Her legacy was not just in the awards and recognition she received, but in the lives she touched and the changes she made possible. In the end, Angela's journey was about more than overcoming personal adversity. It was about creating a world where everyone, regardless of their background, had the opportunity to succeed. It was about proving that diversity and inclusion are not just moral imperatives, but also keys to innovation and success. And most importantly, it was about showing that one person's courage can ignite a movement and inspire lasting change.